Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Drugstore Week and welcome to the elephant in the room here, my brand new grey silver hair. Honestly, I am so obsessed with it. Katie, if you happen to be watching this video, you killed it. But anyway, for today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing the £20 makeup challenge. This is the finished look. It costs less than 20 quid and I think you guys are going to love some of the products that I feature today. So if you want to see how I created this look and the products that I used to create it, which are all incredibly cheap, please keep watching. So first of all, I don't actually have a primer because, I mean, getting a full face of 20 quid is hard enough as it is. Primers, we're just going to have to deal without a primer for now. But the first thing that I'm going to be using is the Miss Sporty Really Me foundation. You guys have actually requested me to test this out recently, so I thought I would pick it up. And even though it is a little bit too dark for me, I tried it on my hand and it does seem like a really nice coverage. So I'm going to go straight in with that. That was not a meow. You need to work on your meow, my friend. Hello, do you want some attention from it? Do you? Okay, you're gonna sit on my lap. All right. So Michael's now on my lap, so you have to try and do this one-handed. Okay, so this actually costs at the moment $2.99, but I think originally it is $3.99, so still super cheap, isn't it? It's still very cheap, Michael. And then I'm gonna blend that out. I am also going to be using as many drugstore brushes as I can. So for foundation, I have the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So it's blending out quite nicely. It kind of has a sort of demi-matte finish, I'd say. It's not dewy by any means, but it's also not powdery looking or anything like that. It's meant to be a second skin foundation, I think. Yeah, it's a second skin effect foundation. Breathable and blendable texture, flawless and natural looking complexion. I'd say this is actually pretty good. So this is like one of the only things I haven't actually tested before. But yeah, I actually quite like this. It's not my favourite foundation in the world. There are a ton of other drugstore foundations that are maybe like a quid or two more that I do prefer. Like the Rimmel do really good foundations just in general. The Essence ones are also pretty good. But if you want something that you can easily get your hands on that's also super affordable, then this is actually really nice. The more I blend it into the skin, the better it kind of looks. Next we'll move on to concealer. This is the Essence Stay All Day Concealer. This costs £2.50 and you can get it from Wilkinson's. I'm going to go under my eyes and over any blemishes that I have just to kind of brighten my face up a little bit. I've used this before in my testing Essence makeup video and it's a really nice concealer. I'm going to buff that in again. Again, it's kind of like a medium coverage. I find it's hard to find full coverage on the drugstore without it looking cakey, but this is actually really buildable, so if you do want more full coverage, then you can build this up a little bit. This gives like a really nice sort of flawless finish, as you can see. Brightens up the area, and I'm going to add a little bit more as well, so I'll show you guys how buildable it is. Also going to go on my eyelids a little bit as well, just because I didn't have the budget for an eye primer, but that is fine. I don't actually tend to use eye primers that often anyway. I find concealers usually do the job. I've got a tiny little spot that's just reaping its ugly little head right in the centre of my forehead there. Be gone. Just like that, so you can see it does just give like a really nice coverage. And if you don't need foundation, this on its own is really good. For powder, I'm going to be using this super cheap MUA powder. This is just called their translucent pressed powder and this is a quid. So you really cannot go wrong. I don't think it's like 100% translucent, but when you blend it out, you really can't notice it. And it actually smooths out the skin really nicely. So I'm going to go in with an Eco Tools brush. This is the powder blush brush. And I'm just going to set all of that in place, so it ain't going nowhere. But yeah, I've used this powder loads of times before. This is a brand new one because I couldn't find my old one. But I used this so much back in the day. Like when MUA first came out, I went and I picked up like all of their stuff and it was like a quid and I had a field day. And I always used to use this. I mean, obviously it's not the most finely milled powder in the world because it's so cheap, but for a quid, it's really bloody good. I forgot how much I like this. Next, I have to give a shout out to the Makeup Revolution Contour and Sculpt Kit. Even if you have all the money in the world, even if you're not on a budget or anything like that, pick this up. It is £3.50 and The shades are amazing. This is a really good dupe for the NARS Orgasm Blusher. This is a really nice sort of half contour, half bronzer powder. And then this highlight, it has got some glow going on. So seriously, no matter what your budget is, this is a winner for sure. If you don't already have this, it's amazing. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bronzer shade, and this is the Eco Tools Angled Face Brush. It's kind of like an angled face brush. And I'm going to take that powder, the bronzer one, and I'm going to take that bronzer and I'm going to work it into the contours of my cheeks. I'm feeling a little bit pale today. It's time to fake tan, so I'm going to go a little bit ham with this bronzer. Nothing new there. I'm actually going to go back in with that powder brush that I used before, just to bronze up the perimeters of my face. Get rid of that double chin. Get it gone. Get it gone, stuff. So it's more so a bronzer as opposed to a contouring powder, but it's still cool toned enough, so you definitely can chisel out those cheekbones a little bit. I'm then going to take another Eco Tools eyeshadow brush. I'm going to take a little bit more of that bronzing powder and just pop some of that under my nose to contour it a little bit. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm then going to go back in with that same powder brush that I used before and take a little bit of that blusher. Like I said, this is a really good dupe for the NARS Orgasm, and I'm just going to pat that over the apples of my cheeks a little bit. It kind of has like a slight gold tint. It has a little bit of like a gold reflex in the powder, so it does give you a little bit of a glow, which we all love. Okay, a little bit of colour back in my face there. Now it is time to go in with the highlighter. So what I'm actually going to do is take the same angled face brush, and did just dust it off on my pyjama bottoms. And I'm going to take that sort of longer side, and I'm just going to pop that on the powder there, tap off the excess, and ding, ding, ding. It's so good. I mean, you can see that, right? I know you can see that. And then I'm going to go back in with that powder brush again and just kind of blend all of that bronzer, blusher, and highlighter all together. Then I'm going to take that eyeshadow brush again, and I'm actually going to concentrate it a little bit more on my brow bone, I think, as well as taking it onto my nose and my Cupid's bow. Nose, Cupid's bow. I think highlighting my Cupid's bow is my favourite thing to do. It's like adding a little glowy milk mustache. Next, I just hit myself on the nose. Next, I'm going to be filling in my brows using this MUA brow pencil. This one is just in the shade Brunette. So I'm just going to go in with this little brush and brush all these hairs up. This is a quid, by the way, so you really cannot go wrong. I think they have maybe like 4 or 5 different shades. And then I'm just going to lightly fill in a few hairs. This is a little bit too warm tone for me, but I'm going to try and make it work. And I'm just going to keep brushing that through with the spoolie on the end, just so it kind of looks a little bit more natural. Just higher up my arch a little bit like that. Pretty happy with those brows. And then what I'm going to do, because you guys know I love to do this, I'm going to go under my lip. If you guys don't know why I do this, it basically creates a bit of a shadow. So it looks like my lip looks a bit more full like this. It kind of looks like it's hanging over a little bit more, so it's a bit more full. So I just put that under my lip, like that, and then just blend it out. Oh my god, I just realised I missed Hollyoaks last night. I kind of hate that, but I also love it because then it means that I can watch 2 in one go. Okay, the brows are on. Next, we're going to move on to eyeshadow. Now, there are tons of different eyeshadow palettes that you can get from brands like MUA, Makeup Revolution. Freedom also do little single pans, so if you guys do just want like one eyeshadow, then they do single pan eyeshadows for like 2 quid, I think. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today though is this one from MUA. I have featured it before, and this is in the shade Matte Soft Suede. This costs £3.50 and you get 6 shades there. These are obviously all mattes. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to get an eyeshadow brush. That would be useful. And if you guys remember from my testing MUA video, these are super pigmented, like really, really nice shades. These are actually from their more pro range, I think. I think it's called like their professional range or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little eyeshadow brush and just take that matte lid shade and just kind of bring that up over my lids. I'm then going to take that other brush that we used before, and I'm actually going to go in with this shade here. I don't think they have names, but it's just kind of like this lighter brown shade, and I'm going to pack that into the crease a little bit. just to define that a little bit more. And then I don't actually have a clean fluffy brush from a drugstore brand, but EcoTools definitely do one, and I know that Lottie London also do one. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is my favourite one. I'm going to pack that kind of over the lid a little bit more, kind of bring it a little bit more downwards. I'm then going to take a little flat brush and go back in with that lid shade that we had. I'm just going to build that up more a little bit on the inner corner, just to brighten our eyes. And then I'm going to take the dark brown shade and just pop that on my brush and kind of work that on the outer V of the eye. Then I'm going to take the same brush and take that medium brown shade, my favourite one, and just buff that under my eyes. That is really nice. I feel like it makes my eyes pop. I'm then going to move on to mascara. This is one of my absolute favourite mascaras ever. It costs £2 and it's from Primark. It's the iconic one and I love this so much. I tested it out in one of my Primark makeup videos and I was like, what? I wasn't expecting much when I tried it, but it's literally one of the best. And it's so cheap as well. Just makes your lashes really thick and really long. I mean, can you see that? What? £2? It's so black, it's ridiculous. I don't even understand how they can sell this for £2 because it's so good. For lips, I'm then going to go in with a MUA lip liner. This one is in the shade Caramel Nougat. And I'm just going to overline my lips a little bit. I don't think you need to spend a lot of money with lip liners. I mean, some of them definitely do get better as you spend more. Like, I love MAC lip liners, but obviously they're a lot more than a quid. But you can still find really amazing lip liners on the drugstore for like £1 or £2. Like the Miss Sporty one, I don't know if I have it here. But the Miss Sporty lip liner is also really good and I think they're around £2. These lip liners aren't the easiest to apply, but they do not budge. They're quite waxy almost, they're not really creamy, but they don't smudge at all, which is a plus for me. Like, I'd rather a lip liner kind of be harder to apply but last all day, as opposed to be really easy but come off as soon as you eat something. I then have a few different lip options. I mean, obviously it's all down to personal preference. I'm going to go for a nude today, obviously, and one of the lipsticks I have is from Primark. It's their matte lipstick in the shade, I think it's just like a nude one in Naked, and I'll just show you that there. Oh, helps if I pull it up a bit. So I'll just show you that there. Nice. And then I don't actually have it on me. I don't know where it is, and when I went to my local Poundland, they didn't have it. So I'm just going to quickly show you this because it's literally an exact dupe. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream and this one is in the shade Stockholm. But if you guys were in the market for a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream or something like that, then the Poundland ones are awesome. They do only have 4 colours. They have like nude, pink, purple and red. The red one and the nude one are my favourites, but they're so good. They really are almost identical to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, so definitely recommend you check them out. But to make sure that I am staying in with the budget, I am going to go in with the Primark lipstick, the one that I just couldn't find. This, like I said, is in the shade Naked, and it's just a nice creamy matte lipstick. They also do liquid lipsticks for £2, which are actually pretty good. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I think this is a really nice kind of everyday, fairly natural but still really glam makeup look. I honestly love it. So in total, this entire makeup look cost me, drumroll please, $19.99. I don't think you can argue with that. That's not including like any offers on Superdrug or Boots or anything like that. That's also including the foundation at full price, but you can obviously pick it up for £1 less at the moment, so it's £2.99, which would obviously take your total to £18.99. Maybe you could chuck in like a liner or something like that. I know that Primark do a really good liquid liner for £1, so you can really mix it up depending on what you want your look to look like. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this makeup look turned out. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below and what your favourite affordable products are. If you guys want me to do any more sort of challenges like this, then do let me know in the comment section down below and I'll definitely get around to doing it. As always, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up because that helps me out a lot, and also subscribe if you do want to see more of me. I'm posting every single day this week with a drugstore themed video. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye!